Welcome back to Structures Unchained, your weekly deep dive into the world's most ambitious megaprojects. Arizona is not just growing, it is being rebuilt into an industrial system. In the desert outside Phoenix, TSMC's first fab is already in volume production. A second fab shell is complete. A third fab is underway. In Peoria, Amkor is building the packaging campus that could let chips made in Arizona get finished in Arizona. Beneath all of that sits the state's hidden water banking machine, and now the power side is expanding too, with SRP studying a pumped storage project near Apache Lake. Down south, Hermosa is moving through a major federal permitting stage that could decide whether Arizona also becomes a critical minerals state. The center of gravity is still TSMC, but the reason this story matters now is that Arizona is moving beyond the announcement phase. TSMC says its first Arizona fab entered volume production of 4-nanometer technology in the fourth quarter of 2024. The structure of the second fab is already completed and is being fitted out for 3-nanometer production targeted for 2028. The company also says it broke ground on a third fab in 2025 to support later generation technologies. In other words, Arizona is not getting a single flagship plant. It is getting a real semiconductor cluster, and that changes the stakes. Because the hard part was never just pouring the shell. TSMC told shareholders that the first Arizona fab's yields were comparable to its fabs in Taiwan. That is a huge statement. It means the real test is shifting from, can America attract a fab, to something more serious. Can Arizona reproduce the process discipline, supplier coordination, and manufacturing consistency that make customers trust the output? That is why this project is bigger than a construction story. If those yields hold, Arizona stops looking like a backup plan and starts looking like core semiconductor capacity. But wafers are only half the journey. A chip is not finished when it comes off the wafer. It still has to be packaged, tested, and turned into something usable. That is where Amkor comes in. Amkor broke ground in October 2025 on a $7 billion advanced packaging and test campus in Peoria. The company says the site will include more than 750,000 square feet of cleanroom manufacturing space built in 2 phases and could create up to 3,000 jobs. Apple has already said it will be the first and largest customer. That is why this is one of the most important and least flashy projects in the state. Fabrication gets the headlines. Packaging is where the supply chain becomes real. For years, the US has tried to talk about semiconductor independence while still leaning heavily on overseas packaging and test capacity. Arizona is now trying to close that gap inside the same metro orbit where the wafers are being made. So the Arizona pitch is getting sharper.
And then there is the part of the story that makes the rest of it possible: water. Arizona cannot afford to treat water like a background detail, especially now. Reuters reported in February 2026 that the 7 Colorado River Basin states missed a federal deadline to agree on a new long-term water sharing plan ahead of current operating rules expiring at the end of 2026. That is not abstract pressure. That is the backdrop under every industrial promise in the state. What makes Arizona different is that it has spent decades building a hidden storage system underground. The Arizona Department of Water Resources says long-term storage credits are earned when eligible water is stored underground for more than 1 year, and those credits can later be recovered for uses, including assured water supply and replenishment obligations. The Arizona Water Banking Authority says it stores water in underground aquifers specifically to earn long-term storage credits that can be recovered during shortage. That is the secret. Arizona built a water savings account below ground, not a lake you point at, a banking system, a system of recharge permits, underground storage facilities, and credits that only matter if people trust they will still be there when scarcity gets worse. And that is what gives this segment real weight. Because in Arizona, the most important megaproject may be the one buried out of sight beneath everything else. Then comes electricity, and this is where the Arizona story starts to feel dangerous. Because once you stack fabs, packaging, data centers,
and long-term growth on top of desert constraints, power stops being a utility topic and starts becoming the next bottleneck. SRP says it is exploring a pumped storage hydropower project near Apache Lake that could add up to 2,000 megawatts of energy storage capacity. The utility says the project is being studied in response to unprecedented load growth and would require a new upper reservoir plus new transmission. Separately, SRP issued a 2026 all-source request for proposals seeking up to 2,900 megawatts of new nameplate capacity to meet increased energy demand. The engineering idea is simple. Use water like a battery. Pump it uphill when power is abundant. Release it back through turbines when the grid needs help. That is why pumped storage matters so much in a state adding more energy-hungry industry. The desert does not just need more electricity. It needs electricity when it counts. And that is what makes this segment essential. The next Arizona megaproject may not be another fab. It may be the thing that keeps the fabs, packaging plants, and future data campuses from outrunning the grid.
And then, in southern Arizona, the whole story changes shape, because this is where the industrial stack drops underground. South 32 says the Hermosa project has the potential to become a globally significant producer of metals critical to a lower carbon future, and has described it as the only advanced mine development project in the United States capable of producing two federally designated critical minerals, zinc and manganese. That alone gives it national significance. In March 2026, the U.S. Forest Service released a final environmental impact statement and a draft record of decision that would allow Hermosa's development onto federal land in the Coronado National Forest. Reuters reported that the expansion would include an access road and a tailings facility, and that a final decision is expected after objection and review periods, with July targeted as the next major milestone. That makes Hermosa more than a mining story. It is about permitting. How much of the industrial chain does America actually want on its own soil? Because chips, batteries, grid equipment, and industrial electrification all depend on upstream materials. Arizona is not just trying to host the visible, glamorous end of the future economy. It is also trying to host the buried, messier end, the part that has trucks, tailings, federal review, and no clean skyline shot to hide behind. This is where the clean tech future has to pass through rock, permits, and public objection. That is what makes Arizona such a future state. This is not just a place with one giant fab. It is a place where the fab connects to packaging, where the packaging story runs into water, where the water story runs into power, and where the entire stack starts leaning on critical minerals and long-range infrastructure planning. It is assembling an industrial operating system, a place where the future of American industry has to prove its future. Thanks for tuning in to Structures Unchained. See you next time.